Alright folks, Daryl Bell here. It is March 6th. We're down in South Alabama actually putting in the last of our perennial clover fields. This is a new property to me. I didn't have this property a month ago or these clovers would have been planted in. I have a feeling we're going to be past our last frost date at this point, so unfortunately we won't have the benefit of getting any frost seeded clover down. But we're going to spray this plot, kill off the wheats and oats that are in it, seed the clover, put a starter fertilizer on it, roll it all. I didn't have time to take a soil sample. Like I said, just picked this property up. This clover won't be germinated in the next week when I get the sample back, so I'll be able to apply the rest of the fertilizer minus what I put out as a starter fertilizer and get the lime on it. So I'm in a little bit of rush today. It just got done raining. We're supposed to get some more rain later this week. Cool nighttime temperatures, warmer daytime temperatures. It's just perfect for growing clover, so I'm trying to get it in better late than never, I guess. So stick with me and let's get this stuff in the ground. Alright guys, so I'm about to get ready to mix up some glyphosate real quick to spray this field. Because this was such a spur of the moment trip, I did not have time to stop and get any spray equipment. So I'm going to do it by hand. It'll take a little longer, but ultimately we'll get the same result. So when you're mixing this stuff, obviously wear the correct PPE, personal protective equipment. So we got our gloves on. And what I'm going to do is when we're burning out something like wheats and oats, it's really the only thing that's in here. There's a few little small broadleaf weeds, some cudweed, things like that. Nothing that's really going to take a heavy broadleaf weed herbicide. So Roundup will do the trick, which is basically glyphosate. This is just a Lesco brand prosecutor glyphosate. I believe it's 41%. So it will do the trick. 1 ounce per gallon is all it takes. These small annuals do not take a lot to kill them. So 1 ounce per gallon will burn it out. Now glyphosate is not soil active. So the good thing about that is that I can spray that today. I won't even give it time to dry. I'll spray it, put the sprayer up, break the seed out, and start seeding it. So because it's not soil active, you don't have to worry about it harming that seed once it germinates or before it germinates. So unlike other herbicides. So here we go. Like I said here, 1 ounce per gallon. I actually like to let my water run while I'm putting the herbicide in it, if that's possible. If you have a way to do that, it just helps better mix it. It doesn't let you get any, if you dump the product straight in, it may get into the line and put out a blast of concentrated product right away. So this just ensures we avoid that. Alright guys, well we just got done spraying this thing. It took a little longer than I would have liked using that hand can, but I guess that's the price I pay for not going and getting the spray equipment from the other property and making a spur of the moment trip. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and seed this Heartland Wildlife Institute trophy clover. It's a mix of Berseem, Ladino, and mighty white clover, I believe. I love this product. I've been using this Heartland clover for years, and I actually use it for all my clover needs now. What you'll notice is I didn't disc this seed bed to prep it. Did that for a couple of reasons. For one, the clover seed's so small it really doesn't need it as long as you're giving it a good roll after you plant it. The second reason is this soil composition is terrible. It's nothing but red clay and rock. So I don't want to tear that up and break it up any more than I have to, and I really want to let this this wheat and oats and radishes and broadleafs out here die and increase their organic matter and feed that clover. So we're going to get that put in the ground now. Stick with me. After that, my big spreader actually broke, so I'm going to have to seed fertilize my my starter fertilizer out of my bag spreader too. So it's going to take a little, but we're going to get it done. Alright guys, if you'll notice, I actually went over that thing a couple of times. That was for a reason. I would rather go over it a couple of times lightly to make sure it got good and even, and nothing's worse than starting off heavy and running out halfway or 3/4 of the way through. Trust me, I know. So I'm running out of daylight pretty quick here, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out, but it's time to put the fertilizer on it. I didn't have the exact blend I wanted, so I'm gonna blend together myself a couple of different fertilizers. One is a 0060. It's a 60% potash, so I can get my my potassium fertilizer for the starter. One is a 0440, which is 44% phosphorus, so I'll get my phosphorus from that. And then I'm actually putting a 1648. I'm not putting it as heavy as I am the phosphorus and potassium, but that 1648 is actually has a Milorganite filler instead of a lime filler, so it has really good micronutrient qualities to it, and it's a great soil builder. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all that on it. Like I said, my my big 100-pound hopper push spreader I was gonna use, the cotter pin and the axle broke, so can't use that. But it'll take me a little longer, but like I said, hopefully here in a couple of weeks when we're killing turkeys over it and killing deer over it next fall, hopefully all this work pays off. So stick with me, we're gonna get it wrapped up. I'm not trying to put out too much here right away, so not putting out a whole bag of that, just about a third of the bag. Alright, that was our potash. As I said, I'm not putting out nearly as much as I expected to take, but what I'll do is when I get my soil sample results back, I will calculate how many pounds of actual phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen I put out today, and I will subtract that from the soil sample recommendations so that we'll make sure everything's perfect. So, on to the phosphorus. Alright guys, I just got done putting the last of the fertilizer on this plot. Turkey season starts in 9 days, so we'll actually be back up. I'll definitely have the soil sample back by then, so we'll be back up. I'm going to bring the lime and the rest of the soil stuff to do the soil amendments with me. Get that done while we're up here turkey hunting, so hopefully next time you see me we'll be sitting behind a big bird